What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Lobbing Scorchers. We're recording this on a gorgeous Monday evening in the city of Seattle. The Seattle Sounders are one of the hottest teams in Major League Soccer. And Noah, we're about to lay down perhaps the most emphatic dub pod in Lobbing Scorchers history. How are you feeling?
Well, we've been known to say that in the past, and I think like this one isn't even exaggerating. We're really about to lay down the craziest dub pod of all time. It's a Nouhou dub pod. It's a Nouhou through and through dub pod. How often does the man himself, the Nouhou defender, get to do a victory lap?
If it's not the most emphatic dub pod in Lobbing Scorchers history, it's certainly in the discussion. The Seattle Sounders beat the absolute brakes off St. Louis City SC in Matchday 11, cruising to a 4-1 victory. Moose scored another goal. That's 4 straight games. Obed Vargas scored a goal. As Noah just mentioned, we had a coveted Nouhou goal, and Ryan Kent might just be the greatest player alive. We're going to talk about all that. We'll talk about all that. I'm gonna give you credit for that.
To tell you.
We'll talk about all that. We're going to hit our agenda check, and then we're going to jump around the league for winners and losers for Match Day 11 in MLS. Noah, you were out of town for the game itself, but we haven't caught up about it at all. I can't wait to hear your takes on this one. This was a banger. But before we get into all that, I do have to let you all know that Lobbing Scorchers is a part of the Sounder at Heart podcast network. If you want to get the best independent Seattle soccer coverage, consider supporting us by going to sounderatheart.com/LS. What's that link?
Sounderatheart.com/LS.
All you have to do is scroll down to subscribe and support to get 30 days completely free. Every sign up through our link helps support and grow this show. The road to 100 Sounder at Heart subs is alive and well. Now more than ever, it's a great time to become a member with the season in full swing. And subscribers also get access to the audio-only versions of our live shows right to your podcast feed. Shout out to our sponsors, Hacks and Ferments, Podium Menswear, and Full Pull Wines, My Data Removal, and Body Spec. Do we have any new Sounder at Heart subs to thank this week?
We do. We have one new sub.
That's what we asked for. That's all we asked for.
Dieter Eccles, thank you so much for becoming a Sounder at Heart supporter. That's right, a Sounder at Heart supporter. You are enjoying so much good content from Sounder at Heart across the board, including this beautiful podcast right here. We really appreciate you. And if you want to join the ranks, if you want to be number 90. If you want to be number 90, sounderatheart.com/LS, scroll down, subscribe and support. You will get your name read, and you'll be helping support the best local soccer coverage around.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
I do, Ari.
I was just trying to rack my brain of Sounders that have worn the number 90 to be like, you could be our, insert whatever here subscriber. And the one that popped into my mind, check out this name, Waylon Francis.
Dude, that's a throwback.
You could be our Waylon Francis.
You could be, if you know, you know.
He was a great fit. His tenure on the team was incredible. That's definitely one that you want to be affiliated with as a Sounder at Heart subscriber.
We're getting up to like the Academy Kit numbers. And that's like...
Yeah, the real goal is to get to the Liga MX numbers when they have triple digits. Now checking in number 326. That's what we aspire to.
Yeah, and you know that we personally have the agenda of we think that should be implemented in MLS.
Yeah.
So you're
Absolutely.
helping us push our agendas, and we're helping you get great soccer content.
Like the video if you're watching on YouTube, sub to the channel, follow us on Instagram, all socials, like, comment, subscribe, tell all your friends and family. All right, no, let's get into this dub pod. I can't wait to do this dub pod any longer. Let's get into the dub pod. Before we get into our key moments, let's hit our lineup reaction. No Jordan Morris, no Jesus Ferreira for this game, which as improved as the vibes have been lately, I feel like they took a little bit of a downturn with these injuries, especially with it coming out that Ferreira was also hurt.
Yeah.
It was just kind of exasperating. Right as everything seemed to be coming together, you have two of the highest profile players on the team get injured. So my expectations for this game as far as the result were the same, but I was feeling, I was definitely feeling down about the injuries. But it was still a strong lineup. You had Moose starting at the 9,
Mm-hmm.
Rusnak flanked by De La Vega and Rothrock, which it was the obvious look that they were going to roll with. But that's how I thought they were going to line it up. And then everything else was standard across the board, except Kim Ki-hee continues to fill in for Jackson Reagan. That's pretty much how I figured they would run it. Did you have any different thoughts when you saw the 11?
No, I didn't have any thoughts because my brain is empty, Ari.
That I can't argue with
Yeah,
that. Let's just get into the key moments from this game because a lot of stuff happened.
Sure did.
A lot of stuff happened in this game. St. Louis City SC. I talked with Jake from Ball Watching, and just from what I've seen of them this year, I think everyone kind of knew what their game plan was going to be coming into this game. Which is that the idea of scoring a goal was more of like a concept.
It was a goal.
It
was a goal to score a goal. They were going to get there maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to try that hard to do it. They haven't been all season coming into Seattle with the injuries that they have. I figured they would kind of try and sit back, absorb pressure, maybe nick one on the counter, and really. It seemed like it was pretty much playing like that, but there was two penalty kicks in the first half. The officiating was once again a big storyline.
I feel like we will have to talk about that because we did defend Pro, and then they immediately went and stabbed us in the back.
They undermined me.
Of course.
Just did a whole segment about how MLS refs aren't actually that bad, and the one in Colorado was more of an outlier than the regular. And then this guy comes in and left a legacy on Lumen Field. Put
his name in the rafters.
I mean, he was on one. But let's just talk about these penalty kick calls because this actually, I said it on the post game live and on kickoff, but the penalty calls were really not my issue in this game. I thought I didn't like the Ymar one when it got called, but I'm biased.
Sure. Me too.
It was I see that one as soft, but ultimately 50-50. And I think what Brian Schmetzer's take on it after the game was accurate, which is that Ymar puts himself in a bad situation by taking a poor angle.
Yep.
And it's one of those ones that we talk about all the time. Like when you make a challenge like that, where Ymar made it, even if you think the ultimate call was soft, you are putting yourself in a situation where you're susceptible to that and you're leaving it in the ref's hands, which that's on you. That's on you. So even if I thought that call was soft, I wasn't super aggrieved about it. But what I was thinking was the standard has been set now for what a penalty is in this game. Like, that's a 50-50 one. And if you're going to call it on the soft side of it, then you just got to call it for both teams. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
If there's an exact equivalent situation on the other end, it has to be a penalty. That's what I was thinking the whole time during the call, and then when the guy converted it. And then we actually got a case study of it just a few minutes later when Albert Rusnak springs Paul Rothrock. Rothrock cuts it back. He's running towards the middle of the box. Exact equivalent type challenge, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty much the same idea. And he called it. So, me personally, I would rather those both not get called, I think, and it just be 0-0, but it was effectively 0-0 because it became 1-1 after Rusnak hit his PK. And
can we talk about the PKs too? Like
the kicks themselves?
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
I hate the stutter step penalty more than anything in this entire planet. How is it legal that you fully jump up in the air, plant your feet, wait like 10 seconds, and then kick the ball? How is that allowed?
It's the Joseph Martinez. Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's like it looks stupid every time, and then I feel like
the PK taker already has every advantage.
Yeah.
So it's like
I think that should be banned. I think that you should just have to kick the ball, kick the piss out of the ball like Albert Rusnak. Like, if we're comparing which one was cooler and prettier and again, we're biased. This is what we do. The Albert Rusnak one was like fire.
I like a penny that goes like right down the middle because it's like that takes, it's not as much gumption as like a Panenka, but it's still like you gotta have courage to do that, because if the goalie stays central, you look like an idiot.
Yep.
But Albert Rusnak converts that one, and then it's 1-1 going into halftime. And I'll be honest, even after St. Louis took the lead, just based on the tempo and the game state, I did not think it was looking like they needed it to look at all to get out of there to sit on a 1-0 lead at Lumen.
Yeah.
They did not. They didn't close it up. Like, didn't it feel like they were still kind of track meeting it more than they should have been for what it seemed like we all thought they were trying to do? Like, it was too end to end for them to get out of there 0-0. And even when Seattle was down 1-0, I had that thought in my head 100%. I was like, if it keeps going like this, I'm pretty sure Seattle's gonna win, because they're not. They want to be sitting on this 1-0, but they're kind of not.
Yeah, it was confusing the way that they were playing out the match. I mean, I really do think it was a poor performance from a team that's kind of in a really bad slump right now. So it's also really hard to play away at Lumen Field. Like, that's just the truth of the situation. And I think that the penalties did kind of lubricate the game in a way. Like, it allowed for a little bit of belief that there was something more there. And I don't know, but it really seemed like poor game planning by St. Louis, and then also like this was a team that's kind of just out of their depth attackingly. And I like that. Yeah, and they were trying to play. They were trying to play like the Sounders, which was very weird.
Yeah, I mean, the whole story with St. Louis this year is that I mean, they have this new coach who I just learned is apparently the greatest defender in the history of the Swedish national team, which I guess I should know that because I'm Swedish. But
you are? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's my last name.
Unlocked.
My last name. But
there is a J in there.
It seems like he's sort of a defensive coach to begin with, and then you throw the injuries on, and they've really the season for them has been a bit of a survival test.
Yeah,
and I would have expected them to kind of lean into that even more. I don't think this guy cares about like the aesthetics of it. Like, he's just kind of trying to get a point at all costs. I would think so. It was, and I think you have to credit Seattle for controlling that game state and imposing that on them
definitely
as well. I think that's part of why that happened. It wasn't just them not sticking to their game plan. As the home team, Seattle did a good job of getting on top of them. And Noah, I mean, we're about to get into the goals right now, but the chance generation in this game from Seattle was phenomenal, especially in this second half that we're about to break down.
Yeah,
every single time they were on the ball, dangerous stuff was happening. The combination play, excellent.
The buildup was awesome.
It's so fun to watch a team when just they're playing a step ahead of the other team and everyone's on the same wavelength. The 1-2s, just man, the ball movement. Nothing but rave reviews for this second half performance. I thought the first half performance was okay, I guess. Like, the chance generation was still good and how they were controlling the game was good. But this second half, it absolutely took off into what I really think is, I think it's definitely as singularly dominant an attacking performance as we've gotten to enjoy since we started lobbing Scorchers. But really, man, when I think back in the last like 3-4 years, I don't know if there's been one as suffocating as this. This was phenomenal. Just when you think about what you want this team to look like and at their top level, and really trying to get to that buzzsaw level of these like LAFC teams and Inter Miamis that we talk about, like how they look at their top level. That's what it looked like. I think you've seen like flashes of that, like the Nashville game. They were approaching that level. This was that level. Before we get into the goals themselves, did you have anything you wanted to bask in on this fantastic second half?
Well, yeah, I think we talked about how great the last, those 16 minutes of soccer, 20 minutes of soccer were against Nashville.
The 3 and 15. It was like that, but an entire half.
Exactly. That's like what I'm saying is, I think I even said on that podcast that this is always what this team could be. This is what we saw this team in preseason do and what we felt like this team was capable of doing when they hit the ground running, when they find the right lineup. It's what they did against LAFC. It's what they did in preseason. But this was different. This was something that I've never seen before. And I really do think it comes down to a singular player that powered a lot of this attack. The second that, who I have said is the greatest player to ever touch turf, Ryan Kent, came on the field. Wow. What a change in the game state. I'll let you play off that.
I mean, it's a perfect segue into what we're going to talk about with these goals because you're right. Ryan Kent, we've been excited about it. We've been pleased with what we've seen in these early cameos. We've been pining to see more because of the allure of the possibility of something like this. And God damn it, it happened. We saw it.
Yeah.
Ryan Kent was unbelievable. It started right when he came on the field.
Yes.
God, Noah, that juke, I can't stop talking about it. The move he pulled on that guy at midfield where he let the ball scoot by him and then just whoop, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. That is such Nico and I were talking about it this morning, but like just the awareness, situational awareness, game
His
awareness.
His technical ability is incredible.
Just knowing, I love that, knowing what the defender is going to be doing and then just pulling the exact opposite thing on him. And he's off and running. Every time he was on the ball, all half stuff like that was happening. It was electric.
Yeah.
It was electric. And Seattle gets...
It was butts out of seats, Ari.
His bums off seats.
Bums out of seats,
Bums
Ari.
off seats.
Fish and chips, Ari.
He did say that he was a bums off seats player. Bums were off seats watching that guy play. It was phenomenal to watch.
How loud was Lumen Field? Because this was a game that I wasn't at, like you said. How loud was it when he was on the ball?
Oh man, it was going off. Like every time he was on the ball, the whole building was just locked in. And I said it at the time, but after the Nouhou goal, loudest it's been all season. Obviously, part of that is like the Nouhou aspect of it.
Sure.
It was kind of a banger, and like
it was top ends.
It would have gone off. He went top. Nouhou went top ends.
Nouhou went top ends.
Nouhou went top ends.
Podcast title: Nouhou went top ends. That's it. Yeah.
The crowd went absolutely erupted after Nouhou scored that, and it was the Nouhou aspect of it, but it was the Ryan Kent aspect of it as well. The end product was fully there in this game. He gets 2 assists. Let's talk about this Obed goal first.
Oh my God.
The 1-2 between Ryan Kent and Obed. Their chemistry already is amazing. Like they look like they've been playing together for years. It unlocked even something else in Obed, I think. And I think that's my biggest takeaway from this game, outside of just how fun it was to watch Ryan Kent, is how much he appears to be a force multiplier for other players.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Nouhou look like that? What the hell?
No, like this is exactly what I noticed. The second that he came on the field, and this was even I was seeing this before this game, but it was like black and white in this game. Him, and I know we're talking about this Obed goal, but him and Albert Rusnak together, playing together, looked like a Premier League
it literally
duo.
did, yeah.
I'm not joking. The two's ability to play in each other's space, Ryan Kent's technical ability, his patience, his hold up, like everything about the way that he plays, it's so clear that he is at just a different level than what we are used to seeing in Major League Soccer in general. His soccer IQ, I've never seen a player other than like watching Messi play that has that kind of ability to just slow the game down in his own brain, play people, and he's so unselfish, which is like something you almost never see with a player of that talent and ability. He was just laying it off, setting up perfect goals for everyone else. This is a player who hasn't played in like 6 months. The last time he played a full game, like, or even this many amount of minutes, was like 6 months ago. And then before that, it was like 4 months before that. He is a ridiculous talent. And that the Obed goal, the Nouhou goal, everything, he is raising every single person's floor. And he's definitely broken the ceiling of what I ever thought that this club could be. And as a Paul Rothrock fan, I'm sorry, buddy, but this guy's got to start.
He was dishing every kind of dime imaginable out there. One touch, through balls. He can hit it over the top, crossing it, like everything.
Letting the ball roll, and the ball is rolling through a defender's legs. Like, did you see that? He literally megged a guy without touching the ball.
Yeah.
How does that happen? This man is a demigod. This man is not real.
He was going insane out there. The Obed goal, excellent interplay between the two of them.
Also,
great
that's
goal.
another thing I wanted to say. Thank you for reminding me. I can't stop dishing.
Keep asking.
This is exactly why Obed needs to go to a larger team. That he needs to be sold, and he needs to go to Europe, and he needs. Can you imagine him on a team like PSG or something like that? Like, do you see when he has
where
the
everyone
talent
is as good as him?
Yeah, when he has the talent around him, he looks like $100 million player. Listen, Ari, it's been it was 20 million, it was 10 million, it was 20 million, it was 25 million, it was 40 million, it was 45 million. He's $100 million player. Okay, I'm sorry. $100 million.
Just the interplay between the two of them on that goal. It looked like they've been playing together for years. Just how they combined there, and how Ryan Kent knew exactly what he was going to do. Hits the pass perfectly. Obed is just off and running at that point. Gets a good look. Takes a deflection, but I mean that's such a high quality chance.
Who
like
cares?
that is going to be a goal a lot of the time if you're generating chances like that. Just a fantastic play. The next goal, another goal for Moose. 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row for the man. He is the second hottest number 9 in Major League Soccer at the moment.
That's crazy to say.
I mean, and Brian White, you can't even compare anyone to right now. That's unfair. That's like trying to compare someone to Messi. So,
yeah, he is the Messi of the North.
So basically, if you having Brian White on your team, that's like cheating in this discussion.
Correct.
If you take that out of the equation, Danny Musovski is the hottest number 9 in Major League Soccer. He's got his 4 goals in 4 games, but just again, like his movement, the chances that he's getting for himself, the spots he's getting into, he is earning these goals. And this one, oh God, just another great goal, Noah. The ball from Nouhou.
What a ball!
What a ball!
What a ball!
Like what a
ball!
What is he doing?
This guy?
Who is this guy? What is happening?
Who is this guy?
He lays that in. Like that could have been Jovan Jones out there,
dude. It looked like
Jovan Jones.
Jovan Jones is back.
Apparently, that Nouhou is now Jovan Jones. We're going to talk about that.
Better on defense.
But like the Nouhou level defending, but with Jovan Jones' attacking attributes. We've been asking for them to get a player like that. Apparently,
they didn't need to.
Apparently, they got one.
They got
apparently, they got one. I mean, Nouhou was...
Take your victory lap, too. Come on. You deserve it.
I mean,
you've been saying it.
I don't even think I need the victory lap. I will just say that I've never been on the train, the anti-train. And... I can't even like take credit because my whole point was like I see the value even with no attacking contribution, and now apparently he's become the greatest two-way fullback I've ever seen. Nouhou, I think this was the best game of Nouhou's career.
Correct.
I do.
Hands down.
Because like he's had monstrous defensive games before. He's had games where he's locked down freaking Denny Bwanga or whatever big star you want to name in the playoffs, in games that they've won. He started Champions League games and finals and won MLS Cups. Nouhou's done all that. He's never looked like that.
No.
It is funny. I said on the live, I know for a fact he's never had 2 goal contributions in a game. Someone pointed out, good shout, the game he scored against Houston a couple years ago with his first goal. Apparently, he also had an assist in that game.
He did. Yeah, that's right.
So that was incorrect. But the point stands. Even in that game, he did not look like that.
No.
He did not look like that.
That goal was more of a fluke than it was like a...
exactly.
Two sets.
The Houston goal, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this match, both of those goals were sprung. Well, the goal he assisted on and his goal were sprung on by quality play. The last ones were like he just happened to be in the right place at the right time and he did lean back too far. And then the assist was, I think the assist was good if I remember that correctly.
I don't remember it.
I don't remember it at all. But regardless, like
it can't have been as good as this assist.
Nouhou,
this was a world-class assist.
I literally have my notes here. I took some notes, and Nouhou has, this is his best game ever, obviously, but he has looked like a monster in the last few matches. And
he's been in good form the last month or so. No one's talking about him. That's how you know.
Yeah, no one's chirping.
Before this game.
I'm not chirping.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's in good form. I'm talking good about him, but I think the thing that has to be said, and we've noted it, his improvement this season is unlike any that I have ever seen. Apparently, Brian Schmetzer had a conversation with him and was like, listen, you need to improve on these things and do this. And he's doing it.
I feel like they must have had that conversation when he was like 22, so they could try and sell him.
Yeah.
And it just never really popped.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's gonna pop now, whatever. Like that's fine. And we'll see if I still am not really totally sure if this is like the new Nouhou.
Sure.
And he's
It's a
gonna
little
all of a
preordained,
sudden actually become Jovan Jones. But just the fact that a game like that is in his bag was, I mean, that was a lot of fun.
It was impressive. He's
and
been putting in work though. Like from what I've heard, he's literally even practicing free kicks.
Yeah.
Like way after practice, he's
Which
like
he's
putting in the hours.
absolutely never going to take in a game, but we respect the work ethic.
I love it.
And clearly,
he's going to be like, Albert, move over. It's my time to shine,
exactly.
buddy.
I don't know if he's been working on his crossing more or if something just like clicked, but his service from out wide has been better all season. And in this game, playing with Ryan Kent and then also just employing apparently his newfound attacking ability, it added a whole different element to the attack in this game. And I'm really hoping that, I don't expect him to necessarily play like that every week.
No.
But if he even can become get half of that attacking skill set into his game that we saw in this game, what a asset, what a boost that would be to this team. That could be just a whole thing that we had. I had written off the possibility that would ever happen.
He could legitimately make a run at MLS Defender of the Year if he keeps up this quality.
Because they give it to fullbacks.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like that. Imagine. If
Nouhou gets Defender of the Year.
That would just, come on. That
would be the apex.
That's that's peak.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not a bad shout. If he has to keep playing like this.
This is a very early,
And this is what Schmetzer said after the game. He was like, the key with him is to do that, but consistently. I'm excited to see if he can do that. And I'm glad we got off on a tangent, but it's fine. We got to give Nouhou his plaudits.
Listen, he was in Team of the Match Day too.
Yeah, good shout. Again, on that goal though, great little pirouette turn from Moose. Moose is locked in. The man can't stop scoring goals.
The Moose goal was sick.
It was a sick goal.
The Moose goal was sick. He's good.
These are not cheapies. These are they're all from inside the box, but again, the movement, the positioning.
He's a pure 9. They should be from inside the box.
Right, yeah.
I think that was interesting.
But some people try and be like, oh, he's just poaching, which obviously that is something that a number 9, that is the skill of a number 9.
Sure.
But it's also this was a class finish. I would argue, what are the other ones he scored? The Nashville one, really good finish. The
there was
FC
a
Dallas
sliding one.
The FC Dallas one, I maintain that was a more difficult finish than he made it look like. So these are good high level striker goals that Moose is scoring.
Guess
right
what?
Now. Nothing cheap about this.
I don't care. I don't care if they're high quality. Guess what? They're going in, because that's the thing. It's I don't care. That's the same thing with Jordan Morris, right? I don't give a shit if they're the most beautiful striker goal in the world. I care if they're going in and you're winning the game. People who want to qualify it all with, it was an easy.
Well, you gotta find some way to tear Moose down, because you had the narrative that Craig Watts needs to be fired for
well, no,
signing
that's not
him.
fair. But yeah, I agree. I think the criticism on Moose from the jump was understandable and fair, and also if you're still criticizing him now, you've lost the plot. I mean, if the number 1 Moose disliker can come around to the man and actively say that he has played almost better.
This man formally apologized.
I formally apologized behind a paywall. Okay?
Behind a paywall.
I am.
If you become a YouTube member, you can see it.
I'm a changed man, but I think that he is actively playing this role and making this team look way better. I think his pure 9 play, in the less of the springing him on and him just being in the right positions, is honestly complementing this team a little bit better than Jordan. What do you think about that? I think that's a tough take, but I think that's...
I just think they're pretty different. If you have Jordan in there, he brings stuff that Moose doesn't, in terms of his ability as to run in behind and stretch the field more in that way. And then Moose gives you maybe a little more of that conventional, like fox in the box, like I'm gonna find the right spot and be clinical when I get my chances. They're both, you know, pure nines, but they do it a little bit differently, and I think there's just a little bit of a give and take. I think, you know, when Jordan's at his peak form, he has been one of the best goal scorers in the league for long stretches of his career. So
I mean, I think it is fair to say that like this team plays differently when the striker setup is a little bit more of that poacher. And I think that the difference is they score 4 goals a game when that position is a poacher. Not always, but do you know what I'm saying? Like that setup has definitely favored that poacher role. And that's not to say that Jordan can't play that role. He definitely can. And he can still bring that counterattacking, spring him on.
Right. Like
thing.
that's what Jordan brings that Moose doesn't as much, is like that ability to make those runs in behind and get on the end of those through balls. Jordan's one of the best in MLS at that specific skill. So like,
I just don't think that serves this team maybe as much. And that's not to say that you shouldn't start Jordan or you shouldn't play him or that he's bad or anything. It's just that he might have to tweak his game coming back in to the fold to be a little bit more like Moose. That's all I'm trying to say.
There's no question that whatever Moose is doing right now, it's working because the man is on absolute fire. And this was another great goal in this game.
He's pissing in the woods, folks.
And let's talk about the Nouhou goal. We got a Nouhou goal.
Top bins.
Got a Nouhou goal, second of his career, and it was a banger. I mean, this play again, all about Ryan Kent and Obed. I mean, oh God, just the whole sequence. I mean, well, first of all, Nico pointed out on Kick this morning, the Moose goal was a 16 pass sequence.
Yeah, it was from
champagne footy. Watch the whole sequence. Absolutely beautiful. 16 pass sequence. More phenomenal interplay from Obed and Ryan Kent on this Nouhou goal. Obed slides Ryan Kent on through, and oh man, the move he hit that defender with in the box, where again it's just like he's like getting the ball in the most dangerous spot possible, just by like kind of manipulating the guy with how he runs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his body language is incredible. His poise,
how he just drifts off the shoulder, and there's just nothing but space.
He's like he's so poised on the ball. He just exudes that confidence where it's like the defender is gonna have a hard time determining what he's gonna do, and he's also just so technically skilled. And I also do think that he is benefiting from the new player bump, where there's just not any kind of scouting or data or anything that people can really like throw on him. We saw that with Georgie, right? Like people kind of figured out Georgie's gimmick pretty quick. I don't think they're going to figure out Ryan Kent's gimmick really quick, but I do think that like that is part of it. But man, the way you're right, like the way he's able to just it's like he's like ice skating and gliding on the field, dude.
He's like a magician.
Ooh, I like that.
He's like a magician.
I think we Magic Mike.
It's
Magic. I don't know.
It's just it's so fun to watch when an attacker like manipulates the defender like that. Like I'm gonna make you do what you don't know that you don't want to do it, but you're about to find out, because when I get this ball, I am in the primest of prime assist zones. He just again, phenomenal movement to free himself up into that space in the prime assist zone. Picks out Nouhou with that's the other thing about it, man. The end product. You know, the end product. We've seen a lot of wingers on this team in the last few years who can have a moment or two like that here and there, but then like when it actually comes down to executing the final pass, it's not always there. Ryan Kent has that. He has that end product. So again, just fantastic work on this goal. Picks up his second assist, and then Nouhou. Was he trying to hit it like that? Probably not.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Did he get lucky to not hit that one into row triple Z, like up by where they lift the
where the Toyota
flag?
truck is?
Where the Toyota truck, maybe. But it went in. He played it off like he meant to do it, and it looked like an awesome. That's a striker's finish right there.
That's a striker's finish.
That's a striker's goal.
Put him at the 9, Ari.
We want to talk about Moose being a fox in the box. Nouhou right there, lulling him to sleep, and then pouncing, going in for the kill right as that ball comes in there. No, God damn it, just another great team goal. All three of them, champagne footy, and they could have had way more.
Yeah, we're not even talking about the De Rosario kids. Absolute
that might have been
bungle.
That might have been the best sequence of the night.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't.
The ball from Obed on that one.
Oh my god. The fact he didn't score made me so mad. I was watching this. It was my girlfriend's birthday this weekend. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Liv. And it was like we were both watching together. She's a Sounders fan as well. And oh my god, like the fact that we watched him miss that, she goes, "What is this kid doing? What is this kid doing?"
It was a
welcome to MLS moment.
It was a welcome to MLS moment, and you wanted it for him because
he was getting in good spots.
Well, yeah, and that's the kind of positive takeaway I've been trying to take from it, which is that he missed it. I think he got pumped up. This is his first freaking 10 minutes on an MLS field.
Yep.
He got in a great spot. That's exactly where he's supposed to be. He did everything right. You wanted him to get rewarded for it, and he skied it. But I liked what he was doing on the play. I liked how he was moving. He again in the right spot. Obed, I mean, just an absolutely insane pass to put Christian in. Good layoff from Christian. It's an open net for your striker, so you can't ask for much more than that. And I think that if he keeps doing that, he'll start scoring those.
He can score those. By the way,
he's been doing
it.
We saw him do it at Starfire.
Yep.
And he's been doing it in MLS Next Pro.
And he's going to do it against
year.
the Timbies.
His dad is Dwayne De Rosario. He can score that.
Yeah.
He can score that. I'm not pressed at the kid at all. I just want him to keep getting in spots like that because you know what? He's probably going to have to play.
New take on this, okay?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Sounders debuts that have not had things go their way, right? Like a goal gets called off because of a frivolous offside or, whatever. Like the Danny Leyva. Was it this Danny Leyva debut goal? We say that counts. He scored on his debut. You know what? I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care what the comments say. This one counts for me. De Rosario, congrats on your first MLS goal.
Yeah. I'll go with that narrative.
You know what I mean? Like, why not?
The result of the game is the same.
Who cares?
He pretty much scored that. He basically scored that. He was right in the spot.
It was. You know what it was? It's like it's the Cosmos give and take. They took his goal away and gave it to Nouhou. So it's like
right.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing is like I think was the Nouhou goal after the De Rosario chance? I think it was.
I think so because
if De Rosario hits that, the sequence, it's butterfly effect. The sequence of the Nouhou goal never happens.
There you go.
So you had to pick one.
De Rosario was being unselfish to make sure that Nouhou could get a goal because he loves this team.
Exactly.
That's really So that's where we're at.
I mean, like I said, I could talk about this second half all day, but like just chance after chance after chance after chance. They could have had 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in this game. I mean, you could go down the list. Nouhou should have had another assist in this game, or could have. People were like, before Moose got the goal, people were like getting on Moose for missing that header. That's a more difficult shot in my opinion than it looks like, because you're trying to get it in that exact little spot between the keeper and the crossbar. And guys, if he puts that lower, that much lower, the keeper probably has it. It's not an easy, you got to put that on a dime to make that, but it was a great ball by Nouhou and could have been a goal.
Well, he was also 2 or 3 steps to the left of really where he should have been to be in the perfect spot to actually get that header off. So the fact that he even got his head on that ball,
Moose has vert.
Yeah, he's got Lil Uzi vert. Okay, he's kind of there, and I'm kind of here for it. He was up and over. If you watch that, he kind of leans back and gets over to get his head on that ball. That's a difficult spot.
That was a great chance, great interplay from Rothrock and Nouhou, great ball from Nouhou.
People were saying Rothrock didn't play well in this match, and I mean, he don't know why.
He won the penny.
Yeah. God,
So there was
they had 29 shots.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that up. 29 shots. That is, and 20, this is the even crazier part of that stat. 20 were from inside the box.
Yeah.
20 shots
When's the last time
from
you
inside
saw
the
that?
box. I don't know if people understand like how hard that is to do. Like your chance generation has to be off the absolute hook
Yeah.
to put up a stat like that. There's the Moose header. There's the De Rosario chance. There was the one Ryan Kent should have had another assist on the one that Obed put off the post. Every single time they were on the ball, they were just making it happen. And it was electric, man. It was electric. The building was electric. The squad was just going off. The goals were flowing. Nouhou scored.
Nouhou scored. I'm looking at the goal chart of where Nouhou scored, and it's just like the perfect top corner. Like, do you see this? This is just like this. They don't make it any more perfect.
Inch perfect precision.
That's my number 9.
Yeah, they were just that whole second half. They were just beating him like a drum. Anything else that you wanted to bask in on the second half? The best second half I've seen a Sounders team play, and I don't even know how long.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have one negative, but everything else...
I forgot to put positives and negatives.
We'll
do your positives and negatives.
We'll do that. We'll take an ad break, and then we'll do positives and negatives.
Don't skip the ads.
So don't skip the ads. Here are your ad breaks.
Whoa. You were having a little bit too much fun. You're having a tiny bit too much fun, so we got to take a pause, and you got to do an ad, okay? This is the ad right here. It's me asking you, begging you, pleading with you. Become a YouTube member, okay? It is one of the best ways to help support our channel, help us continue to do content like this, and get exclusive content along the way. We have been posting extra podcast content consistently for our YouTube members only. Awesome content, fun content, exclusive parts of interviews that we just, it was too much. We couldn't release them publicly. So hear us out, become a YouTube member, tons of cool emotes, tons of exclusive content, and you keep supporting this show and helping us do more fun stuff like this, like going out to Starfire and watching Open Cup games. That is it. Become a YouTube member. Link down in the description, or just click the join button down below. Back to your video. Sorry for bothering you.
Welcome back. If you skipped our ads, I'm gonna cry and scream and probably come to your house and ask you why you don't love us anymore. Probably send you a couple of texts like, listen, I know we broke up, but like maybe we could just text or something. But yeah, so this is why you don't skip our ads.
The ads.
You know what I mean? So we can do our positives and negatives here. I think we could probably just state positive being from 45 minutes to 98 minutes. Like, I think just everything.
It was one of the best halves of soccer ever played.
Yeah, like it was. If they could beat PSG if they play like that.
We've spent the entire first part of the show talking about the positives, but I think if I was really to boil it down, that type of attacking performance without Jesus Ferreira and Jordan Morris, that couldn't be more encouraging. And, we'll talk about it when we get to Lobbing Scorchers man of the match. But, Ryan Kent was incredible.
It was incredible. Just instant impact. I mean, I could sit here for... I would literally.
I want to record this pod all night.
I know. I don't want to stop talking about it. Yeah. It's so good.
This might be like a 2.5 hour pod.
Again. Yeah. We went 2 hours last week. We're going again.
It might be another 2 hour.
It's positives across the board. Just really quality play. Really good. Kim Keehee played well. I know we didn't mention him, but he's been playing really well in that role. I thought that literally every single person, like if you just go down the list, no one really, well, there's one person, but most people played incredibly well. I thought when Albert Rusnak played in combination with Ryan Kent, I have to highlight this again. Some of the best soccer I've seen. Like, you could put those two players together on just about any team in the world and they would cook.
And I think you could say the exact same thing about Ryan Kent and Obed.
Yep.
And Ryan Kent and Nouhou.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the common denominator?
Ryan Kent, buddy. So let's pop over to our negatives. I'll jump in because I did write down some negatives here because someone's got to do it. Someone's got to be a hater.
We got to put it. We do both of every game.
Yeah. Yamar was he's been in a slump, I think is a fair characterization, and I don't think he played very well in this game. I think he did a little bit better on his progressive passing in this game. I could kind of tell that he was trying to get a little bit better in that role, which is great. I mean, that's something, it's always good to add that to your bag, but obviously he's no Jackson. And that penalty was a little bit silly to give I saw that play happen and I was like, that is a penalty. I'm like, I already know that's a penalty. What are you doing?
And as soon as he calls it, there's no way it could get overturned.
No.
So, I guess if I had to pick a negative, it would be kind of related to that, which is that when you're playing a team like this St. Louis team, and how they're going to play it, there's only one way in any dimension that they have a chance at taking a result in that game, and that's if you don't score first and then gift them a penalty.
Yep.
And allow them to try and sit on that lead and troll the 1-0. That's the only shot that they have.
Yeah.
So you can't give them that. That was my frustration, is that they were even in a situation where it was a possibility that they could get that a 1-0 could get sat on for a troll result. That they were even in that situation in the first place. That was a negative, but it's not even a negative because they absolutely destroyed them in the second half. So I don't care about the negative at all. But the fact that they went down 1-0 on a needless penalty like that, I guess that would be it.
Yeah, it's concerning that the guy who has been your rock in defense has not been playing as well as he can this season. And just even more so, this game, I don't think he played well last game. He definitely didn't play well. He's just not been on it. And you need him to be, right? Obviously defenders don't get the love unless they're just perfect. And even when they're perfect, they don't get the love. So it's when you do something wrong, that's when people talk about you. But I really do think that he's been in a slump. I'm willing to just be all right, it's for me.
There's enough of a track record.
Yeah, it's not a what have you done lately for me with Yamar. Buddy he's put in his minutes. I'm not worried about it. But I think that that was definitely just one of the negatives that I had down. And my other negative is it's just a continued challenge, man. How do you fit all the pieces that you have on the team together when they're healthy? Shit, maybe they'll never be healthy.
But see, you could spin that as a positive.
But you could spin that as positive. I just think it's definitely going to be hard to.
It's not like there's more clarity on that coming off this now. Although with Jordan and Ferreira both out, maybe that makes it a little easier in the short term. But the lineup questions are definitely going to be interesting. I don't think I have anything to add on any of those. I think we sized up those positives and negatives quite well. Let's move on, Noah, to our Lobbing Scorchers man of the match. And I'm going to go first. And I think, everyone's kind of got the same one for this one. You could go, I mean, there's definitely different candidates.
Yeah.
Obed and the fact that Obed and Nouhou had the games that they had, and I'm still going with someone else, shows you what a game that this guy had. And, I know we've talked about Ryan Kent a lot already on this show.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it a lot on both.
We will keep glazing.
It
will continue.
I'm going to keep talking about him. Because that's how good this game was from him. No, I'm going to...
Dude, you went 26 for 26 on his passing, Ari. He did no look turns, 2 assists, 33 minutes.
I'm going to be real with you guys. And before I get real, I'm going to give all the obvious caveats that you could give, okay? It's early. It's his first couple games with the team. The level that he showed in this game, we don't know yet if it's what he's sustainably going to look like from week to week. We still have to find that out. You got to take all of that stuff into account. It's not a guarantee that he's going to be performing at that superstar of a level every week. But I will say when I was watching that game last night, I was just sitting there. I was like, this feels different. Like, there have been a lot of world class players on this team over the years that I've been lucky enough to cover and watch week in, week out. Dempsey and Oba, world class players. Ladero, Rui Diaz, world class players. I mean, you could go down the list. I don't want to leave everyone out, but there's been a lot of really great, high pedigree, extremely talented players
Andy Craven
on this team. Andy Craven. But I honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen a player quite like this on this team. Just the stuff he was doing out there from that position. I left the stadium, Noah, and I was just like, what did I just watch? Like, what? Like, that was, it was unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable. Like,
I think we titled the transfer video something like "The Seattle Sounders just signed a superstar," and people were like, "Oh, they're just being clickbaiting and whatever." Like, God forbid, we've never done that.
We would never
do that. That's way no. But it's kind of funny that he's legitimately in these limited minutes. You know what? No, I'm throwing all that out. Ari. He is a bona fide star, man. The fact that he came into this team, he's practiced for what, 3-4 weeks, and he seems to have chemistry.
For like 2 years.
Hasn't played for 2 years. Hasn't whatever, and he looks like he is miles and miles and miles above every single player on the field. This guy, like, give him anything to keep him on this team.
Whether he does stay here beyond this year is definitely going to be an interesting question. I will say, like, having watched his interview and stuff that he gave after the game, he is vibing.
Dude, he is fucking vibing.
That must have been the most fun he's had in years.
Which is like that.
I love that.
That rocks.
I love
That's
that
what
this team could
be.
give that to him.
Yeah, like that is that. There's so many people get down in the dirt, in the dumps about the Sounders and whatever, and it's like, no, what this team is about making a random English guy feel good about himself. Okay, that is what we are here for, and I'm fine with that as long as we get to watch this kind of soccer. I don't give a shit. I don't care. You know what? We're here to make soccer fun for Messi too, because we got Messi too on our team apparently.
And you know what, Noah? I'm gonna give you credit. You know, we've been butting heads the last couple weeks on the underlying stats debate, but every once in a while, I would say, you know, out of every 50 takes you fire out there, you hit on like one or two. Giving you a hard time.
What's the statistical probability of my take? Someone create X take.
I'm giving
in the comments.
I'm giving you a hard time. It's your hit rate's more like 3 or 4 out of 50.
Thank you.
But no, you were saying early that you felt like Ryan Kent had this superstar type potential, and that based on what you saw, even from that limited sample, like you felt like you were seeing it. And I was a little more measured about it. I was like, you know, I really like what I saw too, but like I don't know if I would call that type of upside based on what I've seen. But you were saying it, and it looks like you might have cooked. It looks like you might have actually cooked on that one. So good take.
Score
nice.
One for the eye test, baby.
Score one.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and it's nothing to do with me. I can take a victory lap all day, but like he is playing out of his mind. And I think that there is something to say about his attitude towards this whole thing, right?
Remember people were saying he was going to be an attitude problem.
No.
Attitude seems great.
He's great. He's a great attitude. I love him.
He said it's the smoothest transition into a new locker room he's ever had.
Yeah, he's like, all the lads are great. I love hanging out with the lads. This has literally been no egos. There's no egos. That's what I'm saying, man. Brian Schmetzer, one of the best locker rooms. Vibe merchant. Love you, Brian. You are able to make soccer fun for Messi too. And that is all we can ask for. But my man of the match is also Ryan Kent. For all of the same reasons that you just said. But also I love that his shirt is like 2 sizes too small.
His fit was nice.
And that's like, we need to bring that. Like, I like that. Like the super fitted fit, you know, I like a really baggy, big shirt, you know, because I'm not like ripped like he is. But he had the nice, like, he's wearing a size small, but he should be wearing like an XL. And I love that and I respect that. And his like little like he goes like this so he can like flex his little muscles every once in a while, like kind of fix the sleeves. Dude, this guy straight out of a goddamn TV show. Incredible. I'm so happy that we get to watch him play in Seattle. Like
I know that's the great thing about it is like this is just a start. Like he hasn't even played a full game.
No.
He hasn't played a full game, and then he went out there and did that for us.
Yeah.
He put on it was a show. It was a clinic.
If I can say one more thing, if I can glaze a little bit longer.
Basking, keep glazing.
I just think about how much this says about the player, right? He is so unselfish. He literally goes in the post game. The first thing he talks about is like, oh, Nouhou, blah, 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 blah. Like he was giving credit to Nouhou for having a great game. And he's like, I set up, Nouhou's a great play, works hard, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like that type of mindset and attitude in a player that is like years and light years and miles and everything above the talent level of anything I have ever seen on this team. And like, dude is wearing the number 77. He's not even wearing like a prestigious number.
It's like a left tackle number.
He's not really, he doesn't like, he's just kind of quiet. He goes about his thing. Everyone seems to like him. He's just like working really hard. He understands that like he's got to earn his minutes and like he's not brash about it. Everything. He's fully bought into the Brian Schmetzer ideology. What a man. What can I say? Like that is the attitude of a superstar.
Like I said, man, like my little walk from the press box to the light rail, that's all I could think about was just like, I don't know if I've ever seen that, like that exact type of thing, like that he was able to do. Unreal. Stardom. And there's going to be debates over like, well, if you start Ryan Kent, you got to pull Rothrock. That's like, dude, that stuff is a good problem to have.
It's fine, dude.
That's what you want.
Rothrock will be fine. He's a vibe merchant. He's a come on. I like a Rothrock super sub. Run your ass down. Especially if, like, maybe Ryan Kent isn't being effective because you need to like play MLS ball. Sometimes you have to just play MLS ball.
Which Rothrock is the master.
Rothrock is an MLS player, dude. He is a Rothrock. He's a Rothrock merchant. He's an MLS merchant. Like, let him vibe it out. Let him run it out. There is so much utility in a player like that. I have no problem with it, and I doubt that.
And really, they both have, like, Ryan Kent as a super sub. I mean, Ryan Kent as a super sub is just almost unfair.
Yeah.
Like, that's just,
right.
Like, imagine being St. Louis City and you're already kind of under it in that game and you have to go deal with that guy. Oh, man, that must have been terrible. That must have been an awful experience for them.
That's what they deserve, though. They were flopping around everywhere.
They've been playing some pretty negative ball all year.
Yeah.
I get that there's circumstances behind that, but I don't really like it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into our agenda check. No, I jumped the gun on the first one. I was kind of talking about it with when I was
let's move that one to
your
the back
take.
then.
But yeah, we can still hit it. But I got two written down here. Number one, the Obed Vargas transfer fee agenda. The price has gone up. It's gone up.
You can't afford him anymore. You can't afford him. You can't.
Your broke ass club can't afford him.
Your broke ass club, we're going to bankrupt you. You're going to have to take out a high interest loan, bro. Sally Mae is about to be calling your goddamn line. It's over for you.
You thought 50 was going to cut it?
See ya, buddy.
You thought 50. See ya. The phone is hung up.
$110 million, record-breaking.
What currency do they use in the Prem?
Pounds, sterling? I don't know.
200 million sterlings.
Call the Saudis, because, buddy, you're going to have to open another oil field to afford this guy. I'm telling you.
You're going to need oil money for this.
Yeah.
You're going to need to bust it out.
It's going to have to happen.
Whatever club has got it, all of them over there have that.
Apparently, yeah.
Call the oil baron. Tell him that it's time to shell out. I think we had a good riff on that one.
That was great. Yeah. But realistically, Obed Vargas, the level gets elevated when he is with incredibly talented players. We see this with Ryan Kent. This man can go play anywhere he wants. He is going to bring a World Cup home to my home club, Mexico. My home country of Mexico. All right.
Oh man, the El Tree coaching staff are probably freaking thrilled.
Yeah, it's incredible, and it's great to be a Canadian Mexican fan in the moment like this, where a player like Obed Vargas.
Oh, thank God he switched.
Oh my God, can you think about the U.S. men's national team? You're looking at this right now.
That's a fumble.
That's a fumble. That's a fumble,
dude. How much better is he than Eunice Musa?
Yeah, who?
And Tyler Adams.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
Tyler Adams. Who? I don't know who that is.
They could really benefit from his skills.
Isn't Eunice Musa literally not playing too? Yeah, he's literally not playing.
He doesn't have a club.
No, like he's just.
You were.
I was saying
you were campaigning. For
I was campaigning the Sounders should sign him because he's fallen out of favor. I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. Obed Vargas, he was as an Obed Vargas replacement was my point. You know, it would be a little downgrade, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
He's good
okay.
enough.
He's
but
okay.
God.
All right, I'm excited for this next agenda. This is another one that I came up with. So, you know, we all know that Danny Musovsky is the second hottest number 9 in MLS behind Brian White. And, you know, Moose is doing the type of stuff where if he were to score, I'm not saying he's going to, but like, if he were to score at this type of clip or even close to it over a full season, he would be putting up the type of stats that get you plaudits and attention from the national pundits. So, like, if Moose ever had a crazy 15 to 20 goal year, he would never make best 11. He would never make best 11. The pundits and the voters are far too cowardly to ever do that. It wouldn't happen. But what I will say is if Moose keeps balling like this and keeps elevating the Seattle Sounders to the degree that he is and playing the role that he's playing and producing like he's producing, he should be a goddamn all-star.
Yeah.
Danny Musovsky should make the MLS All-Star team this year. This is 4 games, okay? So I know he's got to do it for longer, but if Moose keeps doing this, Jordan's going to be out for 6 weeks. If he keeps doing this, he should be an all-star, and I'll stand on that.
Yeah, you know, it's hard because there's no West versus East now, so there's just like less players in general to play.
It's Brian White and Moose. Who else is even in it right now?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like Ty Baribo or whatever,
okay,
and the other Hugo Kuipers. But
Give me Moose.
I'm here for it, man. Like,
Baribo is a good shout because the
like,
Union are actually good. Kuiper's team just got beat 7-2.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I like the. Regardless, how about we change the agenda here, Ari? Renew Moose's contract agenda.
That's another good one.
Because I think that's more, you know, along the lines of realistic.
That's an actual question, yeah.
But I do like the MLS. I mean, if he makes MLS All-Star, undeniable they have to renew his contract, right? But the price goes up, which is tough.
Look, I'll say this: if this is his level and he's this type of striker for this team, you have to bring him back. You'd be silly not to. Like when you have proven production like that, you can say, well, this guy, and this guy would be such an upgrade at that spot. If he's playing like this and scoring like this, you would just be looking for a guy who's to do exactly what he's already doing,
just
and
maybe cheaper.
Yeah, but like that's the kind of beauty of it is he right now he's doing it for way below the market value for what you would pay for that position, which is why the process behind his signing actually made sense the whole time, and we're actually seeing it pay off now when it hadn't been earlier. But like now it's like a number 9 scoring goals like this, man. Atlanta United just broke the damn transfer record trying to find a guy who could do that, who has the exact same amount of goals all comps as Moose does this year.
Yeah, I mean he's making $400,000, or his salary cap hit is $400,000. Like
this year?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's a higher hit than I thought. That's still really cheap for a high level number 9.
Yeah, for a backup 9, it's not terrible. I mean, especially like if you look at what a player like Jesus Ferreira is making at 1.7. So, you know, who has more goals? Danny Musovsky. I think it'd be interesting to compare him to some other players, other backup 9s.
That'd be a good exercise, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, if you look at he's making less than Alex Roldan. Or his salary cap is less than that of Alex Roldan. And so I think that is quite interesting. Also, if you want to look at all of the salary cap data, sounderatheart.com/LS, you can sign up and they have the full salary cap positions there. That's my ad.
Noah, did you have an agenda?
I have a few.
Or two.
I have two agendas.
Hit me.
I'll start with this one. The Sounders are an attacking juggernaut agenda.
I didn't say it. You said it.
The Sounders are an attacking juggernaut. The Sounders they're one of those teams. You hear Inter Miami, right? You're like, oh yeah, Leo Messi, Sergio Busquets, every other old Barcelona player that's ever existed, including the coach, right? You're like, oh yeah, they'll toss up 5 goals and the game will end 5-4, but you know they're an attacking juggernaut. They score. Well, you know, I've seen LAFC in their prime. Whatever, you know, it's fun soccer, it's good soccer, but after what I saw this past week, what's to contend? The Sounders can put it in the back of the net. If they can figure it out and string it together and continue playing like this, no one can beat them.
Here's what I'll say. Again, even with the small sample size, they have to sustain it, caveats acknowledged. I'm very encouraged to have data points that show the peak level that they can hit.
Yeah.
Right? Like we saw it in the Nashville game. I would say even in the LAFC game way back, we saw a level like that. And then in this game, obviously, we saw a level that we haven't seen in years. So just even if they don't fully sustain this level,
you're not
going forward,
be this level every game.
Just the fact that we know that they can hit a level like that is good to know, and that's what you need to contend and run with the big dogs in Major League Soccer. So
you're not going to win every game.
You're not going to win every game. You're not going to play like that every week.
You're going to grind out a couple of road draws. You know, you're going to have a fluky game here or there. But if this is your if we keep seeing a new apex every week, good luck everybody once we get to the playoffs, because everyone knows the Sounders play their best ball when they're in the playoffs.
And
what?
We all know to win and contend for trophies, that's the type of level that you need to be able to hit. They're able to hit it.
Yeah.
They need to do it consistently and ideally sustain. Even 60% of that level would be an insanely good team. They looked like the greatest team I've ever seen. So that, with the knowledge that that's not going to sustain every single week, I love the fact that we're seeing how high their ceiling is when they are able to play like that.
Yeah.
It's great to know.
And my final agenda, the one that I brought up probably 2 weeks in a row, Ryan Kent is the greatest player to ever play.
This is what I was referencing earlier, but yes.
He is I love him.
I
love him.
What else can we even say that we haven't already said? It's just
2 assists.
Let's talk about him more.
30 minutes.
Talk about him more, please.
I have never seen someone so effortlessly step onto a field and direct a game like a goddamn, what are those guys? Like a director, like a composer, like a conductor. Yeah. He was driving the Nouhou choo-choo train like a goddamn conductor, Ari. He put on his railroad hat and he said, Nouhou, don't you worry. I'm going to put you in my backpack and make you look like the greatest player to ever play the game of soccer. Okay? Wow. What am I supposed to say? You put this guy in and he immediately makes this team look like they have a chance of advancing in the Club World Cup.
You know what's an even more exciting thought about this is I was thinking about this for all the star players I was talking about earlier, and I guess specifically when I'm thinking of the Ladero, Rui Diaz era. Obviously, those guys were phenomenal, legendary players, and they delivered more winning than you could ever have hoped or asked for.
Yeah,
and that is their legacy at the end of the day, and it's a flawless legacy in my opinion when you look at their trophy case. But just if we're just talking about the MVP superstars of the league of the last few years, whether it's Carlos Vela or Hani Mukhtar or Luciano Acosta, I don't think Ladero was in that tier of like stat sheet production and just like electricity. Like Ladero's game was it was very fun to watch, and his work rate was incredible, and he put up great stats, but he was not putting up like a 15 goal, 20 assist season like a Haney Mukhtar or a Luciano Acosta, which I don't care that he didn't do that because he was winning goddamn everything.
Yep.
And he became the heart and soul of the club, and is one of the best players in MLS history without putting up stats like that. So I don't give a shit about that as far as like Nico's legacy or anything like that.
And he taught Obed Vargas how to dive,
How to
which
dive.
is like that was 10 million on
But
value.
I won't lie. Like I have thought to myself at times, like, damn, wouldn't it be fun to just have a guy like Lucho Acosta, who just freaking like puts up 20 plus dimes, 15 goals, and every time that you go into a game, you almost have a built-in advantage just because you know that he is that guy in attack. That would be sick if the Seattle Sounders ever got one. Like none of these star players, like Rui Diaz, honestly, was that level of number 9 in terms of his talent and production. He was just hurt so much that he never had like the 25 goal season like some of these guys have had. And then again, Ladero, he's just not the type of player to put up Lucho numbers. I have felt at times like, damn, it would be nice to have a guy like that. This guy looks like he could be that guy.
Yeah.
Like that just puts up stupid numbers.
And I think too, to that point, is like he gives a shit about the team. Like it's not even about like, it is about his own journey, but there's something beautiful about that helps with like his ability to impact other players. Being like, listen, like this can happen, you know? This is the type of player that can impart wisdom on a player like Obed Vargas or a player like Pedro de la Vega. Like I think De La Vega has so much to learn from the way that Ryan Kent plays, and he should be taking full advantage of it because guess what? We didn't say shit about Pedro de la Vega in this game because like he was fine. I don't think he was bad by any means, but like that is the type of player that he knows he wants to be.
Yeah,
and
good point.
Probably can be, but like this type of talent raises everyone's ceiling and has the ability to impart his own wisdom and style of play on all of these players, which is the same way that Lucho and Cucho did. And like, yeah, it is like having a built-in cheat code. Like we turned all of the sliders on FIFA down and we're just playing against bots. I mean, that's what it looked like.
That's what
it looked like, dude. He looked like he was playing with the other person's controller was unplugged. Like it was crazy.
My God, these poor defenders out there, man, like trying to stay with him when he was just letting the ball go by him and then running away from him and just
Can you imagine what he's about to do to Portland? Oh my God. He punched a dude in the face.
In the Scottish derby, he did.
And this is basically the Scottish derby.
I guarantee you he's not going to take too kindly to the Portland Timbies.
Definitely not Chara.
He's not going to. That's going to be a fun matchup.
Oh my God.
That's going to be a fun matchup.
I
need him to, like, whatever they do with the rotation and who start, I need him to start that game.
I need it.
I need that.
I need it. And, you know, you get to play LAFC in the midweek, which is interesting. I mean, just...
Usually I dread these Western Conference road games because they're really difficult, especially against like a team like LAFC.
Yeah.
I'm like chomping at the bit now.
Dude, I'm so ready.
Bring it.
I mean, it's going to basically be another rotated lineup as well because they play the Whitecaps this week, and then next week, midweek, they're going to play us. It's going to be another rotated game. And guess what happened last time we rotated? We won by a lot of points. Oh my God. Ryan Kent, I love you. I love you, Ryan Kent.
If you think we've been talking about him too much, we haven't talked about him enough. It can't be emphasized enough.
It can't be emphasized enough.
It can't be emphasized enough. I mean, how good a performance that was, but just how different it looked from like anything that I've seen on this team, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it is so clear that he is such a talent that is way beyond anything I've ever seen in MLS. And I love MLS. MLS is the only one of the only leagues I watch. I mean, I watch the Prem every once in a while, like go Brighton, but I'm not day in and day out. I watch this league. I understand its quality. I appreciate it for all of its weird quirks and its sometimes terrible quality, but it's night and day with this player. It's night and day, man. It's crazy.
It's a great unexpected little subplot that has emerged this season that I had no idea who this guy was before he got here. Craig cooked. I asked on the post game live, did Craig cook? And some people didn't like it. I was just asking the question. He might have. I mean, look, if you've been on him for whatever you might have been on him for, whether it was the De La Vega injuries, Moose not producing for last year, what else do they hate him for? Bruce Snack, Ferreira Trey,
Morris. DP
if you're gonna get on him for all that, do you not have to credit the cook? Do you not have to credit it when he cooks?
Listen, okay, maybe he gave you a little food poisoning, but like, just the burrito was pretty good anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm with that.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like you go to a breakfast burrito truck, and it's like, okay, it looks a little sketch, but the burrito tasted fucking great. Yeah, okay, maybe I shit my pants like the next day, but I still ate it.
Right, okay.
It was still good. Like, I still enjoyed myself,
With that, let's take another ad break. Don't skip the ads. And we will be right back with our winners and losers from Matchday 11 in MLS.
The Seattle Sounders' brand new 2025 kit is here. Inspired by two traditional Southern Coast Salish weaving techniques, twilling and twinning. These techniques, passed down through generations, honor the resilience, deep-rooted ties, and creativity that define the cultural fabric of this region. The striking deep blue jersey will be worn by the Sounders for the next 2 seasons to honor the club's deep connection with the Puget Sound and shared responsibility as stewards of the Greater Salish Sea watershed. Backing up that commitment, the Seattle Sounders will donate up to $50,000 to benefit community charities around the Puget Sound region. To get your very own Salish Sea kit, visit lobbingscorchers.com/kit. That's lobbingscorchers.com/KIT.
Welcome back. God, that was a great dub pod. Phenomenal dub pod. We said it was the most emphatic dub pod in Lobbing Scorchers history, and I think it lived up to it. And I love getting to lay down a pod like that. The type of pod that we lay down is entirely dictated by how the team plays.
Yeah.
When they play like that and we get to just sit here and bask, it's the best.
Yeah, it's like we are personally victimized by them sometimes, and sometimes we are personally held up on a pedestal.
How good does it feel to sit here right now and to be able to lay down this pod after some of the pods we had to do last year when it was like a 1 or a 0-0 at home versus Austin FC, and we had to be like, "Welcome to the draw pod."
Yeah,
it was a 0-0. Like this is what it's all about. All right, winners and losers for Matchday 11. Do the winners first. Seattle Sounders.
Yeah. I mean, they have to be, right?
Big win over St. Louis City SC, but they have the most exciting new player in the league and the second hottest number 9 in the league. No, you know what's funny is I was looking around this morning, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, are any of the pundits going to talk about Ryan Kent? There's a few little blurbs in some of the national pundit roundups where they're talking about like the most notable results and stuff, and they're talking about Seattle, and they're like Musovsky scored again. They're looking a lot better. They haven't said a word about him. I didn't see one word. They were asleep,
dude. It was a 7:30 kick.
I noted him in young players because Obed made it the cut, obviously, this week for Young Players of the Week on MLSsoccer.com.
Which you should go read. It's Ari's column.
Go read it. Obed was in there, and I know I had a line that was like, combined fantastic combination with new acquisition Ryan Kent. I put that in there.
Yeah,
the rest of the national pundits, y'all sleeping. You're sleeping.
Wake up.
The thing is, they're gonna wake up soon. This is sort of the fun part about it. We get to see the. This is.
I'm in your walls, Tom.
What's the cliche phrase? This is the calm before the storm.
Yeah,
he's gonna be on the national pundit radar. I would have thought he would have been. But I guess they don't watch the squad.
Buy the stocks while they are low. We're telling you right now. $9.99, one small payment. and it will double and triple your investment, folks. Buy low, sell high.
I'm sure there's at least a couple of like other people from other fan bases or something that have watched this. We know that there are some other people from some other fan bases that like to watch our
LAFC
show.
fans, be very scared.
They're probably listening to this and didn't watch the game, and they're thinking they're exaggerating. They're glazing this guy. There ain't no way he was that. I'm telling you, we're not. Like
No.
it was like that. It was like that.
It was like that.
Even the
When's the last time we glazed the Sounders this hard?
Like maybe a little bit in the Nashville win.
Maybe, but I think there
last
was
year
still,
when they had the really hot stretch.
The Pumas game last year, was that?
And when they beat LAFC, we glazed.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, this was a different level. This was a fundamentally different level than all that.
Yeah.
Like, and we're not exaggerating. That was what happened.
No, and I will continue.
Other winners, San Diego FC.
Oh, this undermines your fraud watch.
I know they. Okay,
or your watch for the fraud.
Here's
watch.
what I'll say. They did beat FC Dallas 5-0.
Yeah.
So
FC Dallas has one of my favorite names on their team, Pedrinho. Is that not the most Brazilian fire
that's
name
about
ever?
as classic as it
like
gets.
that's
yeah.
incredible. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to note that.
FC Dallas is not like the most electric opposition of all time.
No.
But if you drop a 5 spot on anybody, and really like they had come back down to earth a little bit. We talked about it on the show last week. This was a get right result for them. I don't really care. It doesn't matter that it was FC Dallas. Like anytime you slam a team as badly as they did, that's good. That's good for the winners section. And
Correct.
really, I think it's an indication that maybe they're not quite the team that they looked like to start the season, but they're a team that on their it's this kind of a similarity to what we were talking about with the Seattle. Like their top level is clearly extremely high, as Seattle found out when they went there. So they kind of, I think, reestablished that. The Vancouver Whitecaps, I'm going to keep putting them. In there. They're getting ready for.
This is a Whitecaps podcast.
They're getting ready for a CCC final.
They're going to win it. They're going to win it.
They're going to win it. I think they're going to win it.
They have to win it.
Pretty sure they're going to win it. I do like we saw Cruz Azul play Seattle, and they beat Seattle. They beat Seattle pretty good in the second leg, but even that game was 2-1 in like the 81st minute.
Yeah,
they're not such a great elite Liga MX team that they're going to be. They're certainly not going to run on the Whitecaps.
Dude, you are not. I'm sorry, dude, but you can't touch Pedro Vite. You can't touch USMNT. Newcomer, Berhalter.
Berhalter's suspended, bruh.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's
I'm
suspended.
pissed about it.
That's some woke nonsense.
It's such bullshit.
The game's gone. Game's gone.
I already did this soapbox on the live streams, but 2 yellow cards in a series to a suspension is
in a final is crazy.
It boggles my mind that they haven't changed that, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
Brian
That's
White.
the thing. CONCACAF is withholding Berhalter from this match because they want the Liga MX team to win. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to. You can take Berhalter away. It's not going to save your precious Cruz Azul.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
It's not.
This team's too good.
Cruz Azul.
Anyway, I put them in the winners section because, I mean, another week, another win for them. They played Real Salt Lake at home.
Dude, they can't stop winning.
They can't stop winning. They're preparing for a CCC final, and they beat Real Salt Lake. It was only 2-1. It should have been worse. They got unlucky not to score more goals. And this, out of all the guys we talk about on the Whitecaps, have you watched much Jaden Nelson?
Yeah, dude. Love him.
Fire.
I love him. And his hair is beautiful. He has a beautiful hair.
I mean, that kid looks like a up-and-coming Ryan Kent out there for them.
No joke. No joke, dude.
Unbelievable.
It's like flawless the way he plays ball. I am a very big fan of Jaden Nelson. Again, this is Canadian.
And this is his like first year really like playing week in, week out. Like he's been a developmental player, and it's probably, I gotta say, it's probably the most for a player that hadn't really played a lot yet for in the first team for his career. He's having the best breakout season, I think, of anybody.
Yeah, you know
Jaden
where
Nelson.
he learned it from? Paul Rothrock. They played together on Toronto FC too.
Wow, that's a great
They
pull.
started together on Toronto FC too. And
Dude, that Toronto FC2 team must have been disgusting.
Dude, I know they played. Yeah, and even more than that, it's got to feel terrible for Toronto, who he played 50 matches for, from 2022 to 2023.
Okay, so I guess he's not as inexperienced as I
he
thought.
scored. He only scored like once in that game, and then they transferred him to. I'm looking here, Rosen, and a Norwegian club.
Some random,
Yeah, where he played 40 matches in Norway, scored 7 goals, and then has come back. The Whitecaps signed him. He's got, I mean, it's just like this kid is something. And also, it rocks that Vancouver poached a Toronto. Toronto just cannot develop a player to save their life, apparently.
Right. It's like you really see the difference in these situations. Like I was gonna say that Jesper Sorensen seems like he's got like some schmetz about him in that way, where it's like I can see this player has the talent. If I just if I give them an opportunity and put them in a position to be successful, I think I'm going to reap the rewards from it. That's exactly what Schmetz has done to great effect with players like Paul Rothrock over the years, is like entrusting them with these opportunities and allowing them the platform to succeed.
Yeah.
Sorensen, he cooked with that on this Jaden Nelson thing. This kid was like, like a TFC castoff.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. This Sorensen is...
He's Canadian. Is he Canadian Schmetz?
He's Canadian Schmetz, but more than that, he is, for me, way too early coach of the year. And
that's already dusted,
better than Wilfred Nancy ever could want to be.
I
Better than
like
he could ever
take.
want to be. I mean, this is what he has done in 1 year with the Vancouver Whitecaps is unimaginable. It's unimaginable. They had a fine team. They were good. They had a really good run at the beginning of last season. Do you remember that? Fell off a cliff. Okay. They added some pieces. They did the LA Galaxy thing. They built up where they needed to. But this team has no business being this good. They are playing beautiful soccer in a beautiful scheme, and Jesper Sorensen,
he's him. Let's hit the losers. I'm excited for this one. There's some good ones this week. I mean, to lead it off, I got the Portland Timbies, who are going to be in Tequila tomorrow evening, where we're also going to
be there
to play Tacoma Defiance. And their vibes are not very good going into the game.
No.
Sad to report that they took a little trip to PayPal Park to play the San Jose Earthquakes. Didn't go well.
No.
The Quakes hung 4 on them, which
as one does,
Yeah,
happens.
like see, this I was saying the whole time, and we freely, when the Timbies are doing well, we don't bury our heads in the sand about it.
Yeah.
Here. Like if they're playing well, we
fraud
acknowledge
run,
that they're playing well. But I think outside of rivalry stuff, the Timbies are ones that you always have to watch with Fraud Watch, because they're always going to be able to score goals, and that can power you to a lot of wins in this sport, scoring a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But it's never in like a just like a normal way where they like, it's always the Timbies are just this frantic entity.
Yeah.
Like where every game is like you're having a heart attack and they score a lot of goals.
Heart attack football is
They
fire.
play heart
I
attack
love that.
football and they score a ton of goals, and these last few weeks they were actually combining that with competent defending, and they were winning games, and they were playing some of the best attacking footy in the league. But then this is, you live by that and you die by it. Like there's no way that a team like that was supposed to be, or looked as good as they did, should be getting worked by the Quakes like that.
Yeah. And
Like-
Maxime Crépeau might be the worst goalkeeper to ever play the game.
Do you just not like him, or is there like
he played really
performance?
bad in that game.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I see.
Also, I don't like him because he played for LAFC,
LAFC too, yeah.
and like the two actual rivals of the Sounders. It's like, why would you do that? Like, don't you want to win?
Yeah, I don't know how much difference it's going to make for Tacoma Defiance tomorrow, but
The Rosario kid's gonna score 5 on him.
I think he's going to get a couple. D-Rose going to get a couple.
At least one.
Austin FC. Why did I even put them on here? I don't even remember what they did. That kind of show. Oh, they lost 3-0 to.
They've been hot too, so that's a tough result. Or actually, no, they've lost 2 in a row now.
Yeah, no, they're fully fraud. They were like winning some games at the beginning of the season.
I need to dive into those Austin FC fan reaction videos. Those are my
I forgot about
favorites.
that. That's a good shout. Austin FC Fan TV, sub to their stuff. It's hilarious. They're probably not happy these days because Austin FC got slammed on. And so I think the reason I put them here was because Nico and I were talking about this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about a lot of Atlanta United's struggles despite the money that they spent. Austin FC, same idea.
Yeah.
I haven't brought them up in when I'm talking about examples of like clubs that show that just your transfer spending doesn't win you anything in MLS. Austin FC, another great example. They were dropping bags.
Brandon Vasquez.
They spent 10 million on Vasquez, and then some. They broke their league record on I forget the guy's name, or their club record on I forget the guy's name. But he was supposed to be like hella good, and he's not that good.
Yeah.
So again, man,
Oh, they got the tire guy too.
they got the tire salesman.
Yeah.
The tire salesman Ilya Sanchez, and that didn't
He scored
skyrocket
an own
them to
goal in this
contention.
game.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Austin FC, second one, and then my last one, Noah. I have both the LA Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City, the club of
A
professional
real
wrestling
losers
enthusiasts.
bunch right here.
We all lost for this game happening. Noah, Sporting Kansas City became the first team in MLS history to win a game when they didn't take a single shot. Not one shot.
That's
Unbelievable scenes.
This might be the most MLS match to ever exist. Ari, there, people talk about the 2016 MLS Cup being an anomaly. The Sounders didn't didn't take a shot on goal. Won. This is terrible.
I don't think they took a shot. Period. That stat might be on goal, but I'm pretty sure it's like
I can fact check you, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about fact checking because the idea that actually occurred is like hilarious.
it's insane. There was a post about it on the website.
They 0 shots.
Yeah, 0 shots. Not even on target.
Yeah, Maya Yoshida 13-minute own goal. 0 shots total, 0 XG, 0 big chances, 0 shots.
They finished with
target.
0 for the game. XG for the game.
Yep. Have you ever seen 0? I mean, I don't know anything about XG.
Okay,
but
this is what's funny about it is I was looking at the halftime stats and I saw 0.00 to 0.45 XG and I was like, wow, that is horrendous. And what I was thinking to myself was like, I've never seen that for a half. They finished out the game with. I guess I should have put that together when I saw the 0 shots stat. But I mean, good Lord, guys, what are we doing? Are we playing this? Are we playing the sport right now or not?
Like, how did Jovic
0 shots and they won?
Jovic didn't even get a shot. Like, this is the club that traded you, bro. You're not even gonna try and
I just don't
get a shot. Like, what? Wow.
We've had our complaints.
They should refund every single person who purchased a ticket to that game.
They should refund everyone's season pass subscription who watched that.
That is there's like a battle of the mids. That's just a battle of
someone in our comments called it the down bad bowl.
That's great.
That's what this was.
This is the down bad bowl.
LA Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City.
There was almost 18K people at Children's Mercy Park for that performance. That is 18,000 people who have a class action lawsuit claim, Ari.
It's unreal.
Get your litigation ready.
You know what? If I could make a serious point off this game, and I've felt this a couple times lately, like just following all the other teams as much as I do. I'm so glad we cover this team, dude.
So glad.
It could be so much worse. Like
being unwinning LA Galaxy.
Even think about like my friends who do Atlanta United podcasts. Like what they have to get up here every week and be like, we
spent some more money.
We spent some more money, but we lost again and didn't score any goals. Like that's tough, man. Like it's just even like what I was thinking about was like even in the. Like every team that you cover every single day like this, there's going to be ebbs and flows to it. There's going to be wins. There's going to be losses, good games, bad games,
sure,
fun games, not fun games. I feel like we have a lot more fun than most teams.
I
Like,
agree. I also think that we have fun because win, loss, or draw, it's content FC for us.
right, and we benefit from that in particular.
Correct.
But
This is our therapy.
but like when coming off a game like this, like laying down the pod is just a blast. Like some pods just they don't get
to do that.
They don't get games like that. Like
CF Montreal. Actually, CF Montreal doesn't have any podcasts or fans, so we don't even have to worry about that. And even if they did, it'd be in French, which is not a real language,
but there's
so it doesn't matter.
I think Atlanta is a good example, and the Galaxy this year. I mean, I know their pods had an incredible pod year.
Yeah,
last
they did.
year.
Yeah.
They were doing.
Eli Lesser was having the time of his life.
They have a lot of pods.
Yeah.
And they all got to cover Ricky Pouge and the boys last
Yeah.
year. So that was great for them. But I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Like, man, we have it pretty good a lot of the time.
Royce must be ready for a transfer.
He's not good.
He's not good. But also, like, I just can't believe they haven't won a game.
They still haven't won a game.
They still haven't won a game. That's crazy.
I don't think there's any precedent for a defending MLS Cup champion being down this bad.
This is a YouTube essay in waiting.
It's wild.
And you get the next week is the MLS Cup rematch. So the Red Bulls will actually get to win a game. We'll get to pretend like they could beat the Galaxy.
I
blah,
see.
blah, blah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Noah, unless you got anything else, I
Nope.
think we can call it right there for this episode. I forgot the name. I think or the number. I think we're on 98. I think
We're
we're
getting
on
close
98.
to 100 already.
We're gonna have to do something special for the 100th.
Yeah.
Thank you all, as always, so much for tuning in. This was a great dub pod, phenomenal dub pod. Had a blast laying this one down. Hopefully, we get more Ryan Kent. I mean, I know we're gonna be getting more Ryan Kent, and
Yeah.
we couldn't be more excited for that. Sub to the channel, like the video if you're watching on YouTube. Rate 5 stars. Tomorrow night, it's going down. Starfire Sports Complex, Tequila, Washington. We're going to be there. Live show. Jeremiah O'Shan in the building. Nico Moreno in the building. Another special guest.
Surprise celebrity
Surprise
guest.
celebrity special guest in the building. Hopefully, a lot of our friends and listeners and viewers also in the building. If you take my advice and you go to Starfire Watershed Pizza, you'll be in the building.
We'll be yapping. You'll be buying us beer.
We'll be yapping. We'll be hanging out. Then we're going to go watch the game. It's going to be a good time. I'm detaching myself from what happens
We're
in
winning.
the game. Noah's
We're
in
winning.
the...
Tacoma Defiance are winning.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That's it.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode. I'll also be back at it on Thursday for Lobbing Scorchers Under the Lights, 7:30 p.m. Until tomorrow, we out.
Peace.